Hello and welcome to the virtual orientation for the Flower Fun Run, celebrating 100 years of RCAF. So it's our second year hosting this event and it's celebrating the centennial anniversary of the Royal Canadian Air Force. We hope that you enjoy some of the little twists and spins we've put on this classic event. So to break down the virtual orientation, I'll do it in 3 sections, kind of chronological. We'll talk about the pre-race, then the run itself, and then the post-race. So kind of going from the first thing you'll do to the last thing you'll do. So let's get started with the pre-race. The first thing you have to do is to pick up your race bib. My number one piece of advice, if it fits in your schedule, is to pick up your race bib the day before the race. So one day before the race at Sports 4, which is a running store on Bank Street in the Glebe, we'll be there from 3 to 6 p.m. and you can pick up your race bib there. The address is listed on our website at somersault.ca. You'll be able to see all the details there, but just for a quick snapshot, the day before the race from 3 to 6 p.m. at Sports 4. All you have to do is show up, give your name, we'll hand out your bib, you'll be good to go. It'll be one less thing for you to do on race day. That way, on race day, you can just show up with your bib already pinned onto your shirt, get a little warm-up, and then do the race itself. But if you can't pick up the bib the day before, you can still do it on race day. We'll be there 1 hour before the race starts. Now, the hot topic for this event and for anything at the Tulip Festival is always parking. Parking is very limited in this area, so we recommend getting there early and figuring out the parking situation way ahead of time. The venue is very easily accessible on foot. It's right along the bike path on Queen Elizabeth Drive, so there are a lot of alternatives to driving. But if you do need to drive, you can try and park somewhere in the community neighboring around the Tulip Festival, or park a little further and walk on into the venue. Lots of options there, but please be sure to give yourself lots of time. We don't want anybody missing the start time of the race just because of some parking delays. And then lastly, this event is very likely to sell out, but if we do have any spots available, we will allow for late registration. Keep an eye on our website and our social media pages just to see if the event does sell out. But we sold out weeks and weeks and weeks ahead of schedule last year, so we're kind of expecting the same this year despite some added capacity. All right, so for the run itself, the pièce de résistance, I'll use my cursor here. So the event starts and finishes on Queen Elizabeth Drive, just around Dow's Lake. First we have the kids race. It'll start here, go all the way down to where it says 1 kilometer turnaround, and they come on back. You'll be running by tens of thousands of tulips, beautiful scenery, Dow's Lake on the one side, the festival goers on the other. Very, very scenic route. After that, we'll do the 5K run. So it's not a firm rule, but if you anticipate doing the 5K run in a half hour or less, so 30 minutes or less, that's the one for you. You'll start here, go all the way down to Torrington, go across and back. That's 2.5K. You'll do 2 loops of that. And that is your 5K run. Simple as that. Then once that one's done, we'll do a 5K open category, run, walk, stroll, any speed, any ability is welcome on that one. So that race starts 45 minutes after the run. So that's why we say that if you think you'll be about a half hour or faster, you'll probably fit in a little better in that first run. But if it works better for your schedule, or if you plan on taking your time, or if your pace isn't quite at that 30 minute per 5K, we've got a special category just for that too. That way we don't have all the Speedy Gonzalez runners and the strollers kind of getting all intertwined and whatnot. You guys can separate yourselves based off speed. It's a new feature for this year where we've added a second 5K run to split up the anticipated finish times. So feel free to sign up for the one that fits best based off your speed. So just make sure you guys know where you're turning around. It'll be pretty obvious. We'll have lots of volunteers and runners and cyclists leading the way. But it is important that you guys know that it is a 2-loop course, so 2.5K for 1 loop. You got to do 2 of those. If for some reason you only feel like doing one, that's fine too. Just let us know at the finish line and we'll adjust the time so we don't think that you had a super record of a run. Otherwise, we hope that you take the time to smile for the cameras. We'll have some professional photographers on site capturing the moment, so make sure you give them a smile as well. And then post-race, once the race is done, the real fun begins. We'll have some snacks at the finish line, some refreshments and whatnot. We'll do a little bit of an award ceremony with our podium that we have. And then as soon as you cross the finish line, you're welcome to go online to sportstats.ca to see all of your official times. They're usually pretty instant. They'll be on site as well. If you see any mistakes with the results, go visit them in person or just email corrections@sportstats.ca. And then our photographers will post all of the photos online. It'll take a few days after the race just to catalog them all and get them all tagged with your bib number and your name. But you can see all of those at photos.somersault.ca. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, email me. It's adam@somersault.ca. I look forward to seeing you at bib pickup the day before the race, or at the very least at the start line on race day. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.